Hello, everybody or nobody. This is the Knights of the Lunch Table podcast, episode 4. Today, because I've been on a big, anime, manga, weeaboo kick lately, that's what we're going to talk about today. So anyway, we're talking about weeb stuff today.
Indeed.
I guess I'll just kick off with... So, a couple episodes back, we talked about conventions, and I may or may not have mentioned, I don't remember, that there was a manga booth that I literally just, I was like, I don't have any particular mangas that I need to buy right now, so what I did was I just got an RNG thing and did 1 through 26 to determine what letter I was gonna buy, and then did another RNG for which level of the shelf, and then just picked one of those ones, and I ended up picking up but no, it actually ended up working out pretty well, because I ended up picking up a manga called Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, which it's hard to explain because I'm not super far into it. I just read the first chapter or whatever, the first 90 pages. But so far, it is pretty good. From what I can gather, it's one of those isekai, a group of people just got dropped into this new world and they don't know what the fuck is going on. But
so Sword Art Online kind of.
Yeah, it's like a similar to SAO kind of thing. I think I read a review that said that it was SAO style kind of thing. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. I still don't know any of the characters' names, so I can't pick a favorite yet. But, because bad with names and remembering stuff. But so far, it's pretty good. It seems like a cool concept. It's basically, so these people get dropped into this world, and they're led to a town where they're told that they're now have the option of, joining some voluntary... or voluntarily joining this volunteer fighting force or whatever. It's sort of military type thing, but kind of more, as far as I can tell, it's not very heavily structured. You don't get commands and this is what we need you to go to. It's more just here's some jobs that are available, feel free to do them kind of thing.
Kind of like a mercenary kind of job.
Yeah, and you have to earn money through those jobs to feed yourself and stuff, because apparently the money is not super available and most jobs don't pay super well. But yeah, seems like it'll be a pretty interesting thing so far. But that's a random thing. But yeah, I so far I would recommend it. And I'll probably touch on this at some point again once I've read more of it.
Is that part of our favorite lesser-known anime mangas, or other weeb shit?
I don't know. That's part of why I've, why I had this feel, because I started reading that and I was like, yo, this is actually pretty good. And then I was like, yeah, we could talk about that. And then I realized that I didn't have that much to say about it, actually, other than it good so far, I like.
Well, we can start with favorite lesser-known anime or manga, since you kind of started there, it seems like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the list that I sent wasn't even, in any order. I was just these are some things we can talk about.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how lesser-known it is or not. But
yeah, me either.
All I know is I hadn't heard of it yet, and now I have, and it's good.
Yeah. I think the only manga that I have heard of that seems lesser known so far is Chainsaw Man.
Oh, that one's been gaining a lot of popularity lately.
Yeah, so I think I heard about that one recently.
Because
so,
they're actively making a manga of it, so it's picked up speed.
I think that's one of those
maybe
ones
it's not lesser known then. So.
Well, I think it started off real
it was a very niche group,
and then
of
people were like, "Yo, this is really good," and then it started.
It seems like a really
wild
concept.
This shit's flat.
a guy that's been possessed by like a demon chainsaw dog and now has chainsaws for hands and just constantly going around trying to finally like see some boobs. Like that is the concept of it.
That sounds so wacky and over the top.
That's
It's wild. I haven't read it, but my brother is, so but he recommends it. Um, but on the anime side, how many of you have heard of Assassination Classroom?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how unpopular that is, but
That one gained a lot of traction
yeah,
early on, and then everyone was kind of disappointed in the end.
it was an interesting ending.
From what I've heard about that one, it's one of those that they're like a lot of people like, but it doesn't get brought up a lot in conversation about anime.
Yeah.
At least in my sort, in who I talk to.
So this is probably one that I don't know if you guys actively look around for new animes to watch. I have a habit of doing that. I'll like the link that I shared. I'll pick like a category and just kind of, lose myself in shit that I want to watch. But there was one that I picked up a while ago that honestly, I don't want to say it like throws the whole idea of anime on its head because it's not typical anime. It's a very slice of life kind of thing, but it has nothing to do with like, oh, well, girls with big boobs or stupid dresses that don't make sense in combat kind of thing. But it's called Restaurant to Another World.
Huh. I've never heard of
And
that one.
the whole premise of it was that this dude took on a restaurant from his dad, but in reality what it is it's a restaurant to another world, as it states. There's a door that opens up like once a week randomly in different parts of this world, and this dude just feeds people that come through. And it actually has like a lot of different like recipes that you can make in the real world. Somebody put up a whole like guide on how to make a lot of these foods, and it's interesting to see like, oh yeah, all these people that would usually be like at each other's throats or enemies, they're now reaching across the aisle because they found a good place to eat.
Fair enough. I mean, it doesn't
So
surprise me that people have found like recipe equivalents in real life of anime food, and
well,
have
because
always
like,
kind of done that.
well, yeah, but I think with this one, because the whole idea is centrally based around food,
Yeah.
I think the fucking original writers actually put out the list a long time ago when they first made the manga of it, and that it just kind of resurfaced when the anime came up. But that is my somewhat lesser known one, and they have 2 seasons, by the way. If you want to watch it, they're both good.
All right.
So you reminded me of something with your discussion about like just finding random anime to watch.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the one time. So for those that don't know, the Crunchyroll website has a random button.
Mm-hmm.
That button can be so dangerous. Like, I think they've tweaked it a little bit since this happened, but at one point it literally sent you to just a random anime. It could be literally like, it could be hentai basically.
Oh, yeah.
And like, there was no like, oh, what age group are you? It was just like, you click the random button and it just sends
Fuck
you
you,
to
good luck.
something. And it was also, it didn't used to send you to like the first episode of an anime. Like, I think now it just
Random.
it always
It would
sends
pick
you
a
to
random
1.
episode in a random anime. And
Yeah,
be
it's
like,
literally
"Here you
just,
go."
here's a random episode in our entire catalog. And my brother and I were clicking around on that. We were trying to find something to watch. We were like, all right, let's just click the random button, see what it gives us. This is before we knew what we were getting into. We ended up clicking this one. I don't remember what the heck the name of it was, but we clicked the random button. We're watching the show, and like, the whole premise, I don't even know what the like actual point of the show was, other than like fan service. But so basically, the main character is like the embodiment of lust.
Great.
And like, when women get what?
I was like, great. Good start.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he's like and he's like a younger kid too. Like he's not like a little small, like not like a toddler or whatever.
Oh, it's
but
he's
like a young teenager. He's like 13 or 14 or something. And like when women get close to him, like their breasts get bigger and stuff.
I know
like,
this one
for whatever reason.
I've seen it.
But he's like fully oblivious to any of this. So like it's like a harem anime, but like the guy has no interest in any of the women. Like there's no like main girl. It's just like it was the weirdest thing ever. Because there's just constantly like a bunch of women just like fawning over him and like topless and everything and like crawling all over him, and he's just like, yeah, go away, woman, I don't care. It's just the weirdest thing. So yeah, Crunchyroll random button used to be really dangerous.
No, I know this anime. I've watched it before.
But yeah, I don't know how to look it up to like find what it's called. Also, I don't want to get put on another list. So
some kind of watch list.
Just full disclosure, I don't think I'm on any lists. Just that it was a joke.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah.
God, you said that, and then there's one. I again can't remember the name of it. I watched like maybe 2 episodes because I actually got intrigued by the normal storyline, not the fan service part of it.
Yeah, but, there was another one that's like very similar to that one that somebody tried to show me, and I was like, no, that's not it. So,
no. But yeah. the one I'm remembering, I think it's on Netflix, but it's these like high schooler kids have some sort of like over sexualized energies about them that they can use to actively fight off these aliens that feed on that energy. Oh. And basically, it's kind of like a weird version of Power Rangers, just rated R. But every time they go to fight these creatures, their clothes all explode off.
Because somebody at work was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called though.
I don't either. I think I know the name. Let me.
It's another one of those like goofy, like way over the top ones. But yeah, it reminded me, just while you're looking that up, that reminded me of another one when they were talking about it at work. I was like, oh, I saw this other one that, like, I swear it was called something like Bikini Battle Babes or some ridiculous crap
I
like
know
that.
One. I know that one.
Where, like, I don't know if that's the one or if I'm getting mixed it up with another one, but, like, they're fighting. Like, it's like a... so, like, they're fighting and shit. And then, like, as they fight, instead of taking, like, physical injuries, they, like, their, like, clothes tear more.
Yep, and, like, I'm pretty sure
and,
this
like,
is
they
the
get
one.
more powerful the less clothing they're wearing or some weird shit. It was such a fucking wacky, like... I was like, what is going on?
God, I don't even fucking, like... I can't find it anymore. But, yeah, I think the link that I just shared is the show you're talking about. Or at least it's very, very similar.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that there's a shitload of fan service anime that exists.
It's kind of the whole idea of it. But yeah, also with the website I shared, there's another it has the watch random anime. However, this one is nice. Doesn't actively throw you into the show. It's like, hey, actually, I just came upon Digimon and the random button.
Woo!
But yeah.
Wait, was it Digimon like the original series?
Hold on, let me scroll back here a little bit. Digimon Digital Monsters. From premiering in spring of 1999, aired from March 26, 2000. So
sick.
Season 1.
Yeah, that'll be the original one, which is the good one, which is
the good one.
One of the best kids animes that I've ever seen.
You mean you don't want to watch Beyblade?
Again, anyone fucking come at me. Digimon is Pog, as the kids would say. Kyle, do you have any just like, have you ever watched an anime where like partway through you're like, what the fuck am I watching?
Code Lyoko. No, actually, I love that show. That was a good show.
I watched some of Code Lyoko, but I don't remember a lot of it. There's an anime that is like Persona 3, the animated series.
Okay.
An episode that I ended on was like a weird episode where they're fighting monsters that are how to best describe it. Giant naked muscled men that are like greased up and are moaning as they're getting hit by like their persona monsters.
What the hell are
And
you
at that
watching?
point, I was just like, "What the hell is going on?"
That's one of those where you're like, who the fuck, like, who
Who
approved
agreed
this
with this shit?
storyline? Like, what? Who approved this character design? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of weird animes, can we talk about Food Wars?
I've not seen it, so no, I can't.
Oh, Kyle, have you seen it?
I have not, but I've heard about it. It's
So,
basically food porn.
yes, for those of you that don't know, have or haven't watched it, Food Wars is a very sexualized show about food. The whole premise of it is that this guy is supposed to be like over the top amazing cook, and he works at a little mom and pop shop, which again, fucking par anime, it's a hand me down thing. His dad dies, but when he goes to this culinary school for like high society, there's this girl who is labeled the Tongue of God, which, by the way, whoever the fuck gave her that name is
They're just asking for trouble.
they are asking for trouble. But
Hold up,
so
let me change my nickname on Discord real quick.
no, so like the show starts, and anytime somebody eats this dude's food, there comes a very like sexualized scene of how these people are eating this food, and it's all I would say it's PG. I would heavily rate towards PG-13, but like obviously they're not wearing anything. A lot of the naughty bits get covered up by some form of light, by their hands, hair, whatever. Normal anime, we aren't showing nudity, but we're showing nudity without nudity scenes. And that's the whole idea of this show, is that just anytime somebody eats this dude's, or any food really as the show goes on, they're over sexualized on the food because, yeah, we want to show naked people, but we want to show cool food.
Naked people and
And
food. I guess they go together.
Exactly. I mean, obviously.
So for some reason that triggered my memory. I watched No Game No Life, and it has a couple scenes like that. It's so fucking weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's like some weird sexual tension between like the brother and sister character in that show, and the sister's a little girl, and that wigged me out the whole time I was watching it. Like I could not deal with that shit. It was
what was the show title again? I know you just said it.
No Game No Life.
Oh yeah. No, actually, there is a prequel to that. That's a whole movie.
The concept was cool, but that was some weird shit, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, there's a prequel to that. It's a movie that kind of goes into how the whole world actually became created. So, watch that. It's a good one. Hold on.
No. I don't care enough. But an anime movie that I did watch though, voice crack, was I was scrolling Netflix the other night and I saw the movie Bubble. I don't know if either of you have seen that or even like scrolled past it.
I have not.
But so it's, as far as I remember, it's set in like post-apocalyptic. Well, it's not even apocalyptic. It's like there's some weird event that happens that fucks with gravity, and like a bunch of like water bubbles are like floating in the air now, and it's in like it's in like Tokyo. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. It's like air quotes post-apocalyptic Tokyo. Like as far as I understand, the rest of the world is still normal, but like within this like dome of Tokyo, shit's weird.
There's a Google thing that I'm reading right now that states the movie is gravity-defying bubbles rain down, cutting off Tokyo from the rest of the world. The city skyline becomes a playground for young people competing in parkour team battles.
Yeah,
Hibiki, if I'm fucking saying that name right.
Yeah.
Plummets into the sea, but is saved by a girl with mysterious powers. Ooh.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cool concept, but then it went like hard left turn, because Hibiki falls into the sea or whatever, and then is saved by this like underwater chick, and like it takes forever to explain like where the hell she came from or what's going on. But for like the first like 20 minutes that she's on screen, she's literally just like waifu bait.
Oh, what are those
like,
points?
She just like acts very quirky, and she's kind of that fucking like acts a bit like a cat girl and all that type shit. You know, just the real hard, you know, weeaboo trap. Yeah. Sorry, not trap. That's a different terminology, but
that's a whole nother problem.
She is a female, as far as I understand, so not technically a trap, but yeah, it's just really weird. Okay. Like at one point, she just randomly starts talking because like she wasn't talking before, and then she like starts talking, and it's like, okay, that's weird. And there's just like weird, like 4-note melody that's like repeated throughout the anime, and eventually, spoilers, in the next like 20 seconds, if you plan on watching it. So spoilers starting now. Eventually you find out that the bubbles are like she's one of the bubbles or some shit that now has like a human form, and like the whole calamity started because she like interacted with Hibiki when he was a child, and I don't know if there was something missed in the like the translation of like the Japanese to the English translation, or if I'm missing something, but it was just really weird. And at the end, she goes back to being a bubble, and shit is like less fucked up, but Tokyo is still destroyed, and they're still doing parkour shit, and she's just like floating around with him as a bubble.
What the fuck?
It was just very weird. Like, it was like, oh, this is kind of a cool concept, and then they just really went wacky with it, and I was like, this makes no sense. So yeah, anybody, I mean, if you happen to come across this part, anybody, spoilers are over now. But yeah, it was just weird movie. It wasn't bad. The art was fine. It just, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it, which is kind of a bummer, because I had high hopes for it.
Okay, so on the topic of weird animes, I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but of the show Ghost Stories.
I've heard of it.
Oh.
Kyle, okay, so this has to be probably one of the best like failed projects turned around to be an amazing series. I haven't watched it fully, and I kind of want to. The whole point of it was, in the original Japanese translation, the whole show kind of flopped. It was awful. Nobody wanted to watch it. It wasn't very entertaining. So the studio gave it to the localizers, be like, okay, here, English people, do whatever you want with it. Make it however you want. And this show turned into a meme so quick, because from Japanese to English translation, there is no translation done. They just said, fuck it. They made a comedy series, and it's great. I'm going to send you a YouTube link specifically for this, and you guys need to watch it, because this is not doctored in any way. These are true moments from the show in English translation. There is a scene where one of the little girls in the show is talking to, I don't remember if it's a cat or a ghost, but she just straight up says, we can't be together, not because you're a ghost, but because you're black.
What?
Oh. It has really dumb shit like that all over the show. There's a scene where they're hunting a ghost, and the little brother, who just doesn't really speak English at all, it's more like, like just fucking whiny noises, and the girl gets mad at him, like, God, now we're never gonna find the ghost. Why weren't you adopted? And it's funny as shit.
Oh, they're really brutal. Yeah.
That sounds like an awful, like, just shit anime. I'm not watching
Well,
that.
that's the whole. Well, that's why I sent this little link of like shit that happens. Like in the first bit of this clip that I sent you guys, there's this girl that it's like, did you accept Jesus as your personal savior? No, I'm Jewish. I just want to make sure you don't burn in hell.
See, it almost sounds like they didn't even like stick to the original.
They didn't. That's the whole point of it.
Oh, okay. So it's just like they basically made an abridged thing.
They made it abridged, but that became the official English dub.
Yeah, that's kind of like how you mentioned Power Rangers earlier, and this good example. For those that don't know, Power Rangers gets a lot of, or at least used to get a lot of their like fight sequences and stuff, like when they're in the suits, from a Japanese show called Super Sentai. That's Sentai with an S.
With that
make
hard
sure to
S.
enunciate it a little bit.
But yeah, it's it's a completely different show. Which, random side fact that has nothing to do with this, but in the Japanese one, the Yellow Ranger is a guy. That's why in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Yellow Ranger doesn't have a skirt. Only the Pink Ranger does.
Well, I know in a couple of the like iterations of that, the Yellow Ranger does change between guy and girl pretty often.
Well, yeah, like the later, but I mean, like just the original Mighty Morphin, like the Yellow Ranger, doesn't have a skirt at all. But yeah. Anyway, that's not anime or anything.
Not.
Speaking, by the way, speaking of the Pink Ranger.
We never said the Pink Ranger.
I did. I mentioned her because she has a skirt. Amy Jo Johnson was. She was one of my first. She was one of my first like TV crushes. I was like, dang, what's up, Kimberly?
She is original waifu.
Yeah. Which is a perfect transition, which I was trying to get. Thank you for picking up on it. Boom, bam.
You're welcome.
God, we're like a fucking transition team. Let's go.
It's almost like we're professionals.
So who wants to talk about their number one waifu first?
Okay, I actually have one.
Okay, Josh was like really waiting for this.
I was kind of planning it, but I sent her picture in chat. She is from the show Dr. Stone. Her name is Kawaku. She is a badass in the show, and she's hot as hell. That's it. Like,
that's the whole thing.
Meet her, well, like in the show, the main character meets her and fucking just about kills him, and the whole show almost ended in like 2 episodes. And still didn't trust him completely until like 5 episodes in, and then became like even more of a badass somehow because she fought off an entire fucking invading army by herself for like 5 minutes. But yeah, she waifu. She hot. She also has a twin, so it's even better.
Yeah, better or worse depending on the circumstances. You don't want to get caught in that situation.
God, it's like that TikTok I keep hearing is like, I just had sex with my girlfriend. She's a twin. Everyone asks, how do I keep or tell them apart? Lisa paints her fingernails purple, and Bob has a dick.
I heard that one before.
Yeah.
Sadly enough.
So, alright, next waifu, Kyle.
Alright.
Go ahead. If it's basic, I'll make fun of you, though. Just,
So,
yeah, fucking basic waifu.
I seem to have a type.
Okay.
Big titty goth girl?
No.
I mean, wait, what?
Anime, cartoon, and like video games. But I think my ultimate waifu is actually from Persona 5, Futaba. I'll send a picture. But
I can see it.
Anyone that like knows that game and knows Futaba kind of knows what I mean. And she's just like really nerdy. She can hack into anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like it's like the nerdy shy girl aesthetic.
Yeah, I can.
Like the other one is like Velma from like Scooby Doo. Like I preferred her
live action Scooby Doo. She was hot. Come on.
Another side note, that movie was not for kids.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
dude, let's be honest, Scooby Doo is not for kids, period.
Go back and rewatch the live action Scooby Doo movie. Oh boy, there's a lot of things in there that were for the adults.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
90% of it was for the adults. Oh my god. Even like looking at some of the pictures, by the way, fucking what the hell's his name? Matthew something? I'm forgetting his name. I gotta find it. Matthew Lillard is who played Shaggy.
Oh yeah, he's perfect, Shaggy.
Yes, absolutely perfect Shaggy. By the way, he also plays in a movie called Without a Paddle. He's great in that too.
Oh yeah.
Love that movie.
Oh yeah,
but
classic.
Yeah, if it literally wasn't for Scooby Doo being in half these scenes, there's no way this would have been like greenlit at all.
I mean,
because
there's literally a scene where Fred, as Daphne, looks down her
yeah,
shirt.
that one. But like even the image I just sent, like that's in a kids movie. How you can't get away with that nowadays?
Yeah. Anyway, back on the waifus topic.
Back to waifus.
Yeah. So it might be because I've been watching a lot of Fairy Tail recently. But my top waifu at the moment.
That buff one, right?
What?
That buff one, right?
I was going with the Ice Girl.
It's not
I
Juvia.
don't remember their names, but...
Although I did see a shitload of Juvias at the convention. But no, it's Boom Bam. Levy.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I love Levy. She's cute. She's useful. She actually has a couple moments that she's like relatively badass. Yeah.
But what about her? I can't fucking
Mita Jane?
actually know.
Mita Jane, she's alright, but she's kind of overrated.
She is a badass, though.
My brother likes her, but I think that's because
like
her demon thing.
Yeah, that's hands down my favorite part of her.
If you guys know anything about Carl, he's kind of into psycho chicks a little bit.
That and then this picture also does some
She's
justice.
a little psycho sometimes. But yeah, Levy is my absolute favorite. A couple years ago at the Phoenix Fan Fusion, I saw a girl cosplayed as Levy, and
Did you go to ask her out?
No, I didn't ask her out, but I did get a picture with her. But yeah, I didn't make it. I wasn't weird about it, but like when I saw her from a distance, I was like, in my head, I freaked out way more than I should have. But I was like, oh my god, it's Levy! Somebody else likes Levy! Woo! Let's go!
That's a fair point.
But yeah.
There's enough people out there where everyone loves some person on an anime.
I say, everyone's got a fan base.
Yeah.
Even if the characters are assholes. Somebody loves them.
Even if it's Sakura. Fucking useless.
Hey.
I'm just saying. That was
only
one of
in the first part of the series.
That was one of the ones I was waiting for somebody to say. I was like, if you say Sakura, if you say Hinata, if you say...
Yo, Hinata is bae. Fuck you.
If you say Asuka from Sword Art, like, you're basic.
Isn't that
you mean Asuna?
Asuka? Or Asuna?
Or Asuna. Sorry, I was thinking of Asuka from, I think it's Evangelion is another one that's said a lot.
That's actually... I'm going to catch a lot of slack for this one. That's one of the few series I haven't watched, and I don't even know if I intend on watching it.
Yeah,
that's okay. I haven't watched it either, but
I'm not a fan of mecha
and like
anime.
I can do certain mechas as long as the mechas actually make sense and they're not fucking over the top. Like, God, what was the one? From Gurren Lagann. That one. Those are really fucking weird.
Yeah, way too over the top.
But no, that's one that I probably won't watch. Death Note. I probably won't watch it. Not that I haven't wanted to watch it, but now it's been out so long that I'm like, I can't.
So you know what's weird?
What?
I don't like mecha animes now, but when I was a kid,
you did.
The show Zoids was one of my favorites.
Zoids is pretty bomb, actually.
Like if I went back and rewatched it, I would probably be bored out of my goddamn mind. But yeah, back in the day, that was, I liked it. But yeah, now not a fan of mecha animes. But yeah, there was. Oh god, I thought of a thing, but then I forgot what that thing was.
Okay, I have a thing. It falls in the weird anime category.
All right.
Oh wait, sorry, I remembered it real quick. Hang on to that.
Go ahead.
It was a side note. It's not necessarily lesser known, but actually, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'll just write it down. It's fine.
Okay, but so this one, don't know if you guys have watched it. It has been out for some time. It's an anime called ReLife. R-E-Life.
I've not heard of that one either.
Okay, so this one, it's God, how do I put it? Did you guys ever watch Squid Games?
Like
No.
3 episodes, and then I got bored.
Okay.
Come at me, by the way.
I heard it didn't have a good ending, but...
Yeah, the ending was kind of shite. I'll give it that much. But you guys understand the basic premise of it, right? And how it got started?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of how this anime starts, with the dude being out of money. He doesn't know what he's going to do. But instead of being forced to, kill other people for money, what happens is this company contacts this dude like, hey, listen, we'll pay for all your expenses. You'll earn, 100,000 yen after the program. We just want you to test this drug, which anyone with more than 5 brain cells would know, yeah, let's do it. What ends up happening is the guy is then transformed into a person that looks under the age of 18 and is forced to relive a year in high school.
Huh.
So
if I had to do that now, I'd fail.
Well, and that was kind of the idea, was like, if you can pass high school, we'll give it, like, I think that was part of the series, is that he actually would get a bonus if he passed high school. But it's a weird one. It's not, like, over the top at all. It's a nice little calm one to watch. It's weird, because in, his first day in class, he forgets his pencil, but the teacher looks in his bag and finds a pack of cigarettes, and the dude doesn't even register that he's technically underage right now. And he's like, so what? They're smokes. And fucking teacher loses her goddamn mind.
So what you're saying is it's a slice of life anime.
Oh, very much so.
Fucking whack. No, I'm just kidding.
How dare you?
No, that's one of the genres that's really easy to make fun of. Yeah, which actually that reminds. But I can't make fun. I watched all of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, including Endless 8. So for those of you that don't know, so the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, I think I'm saying that right. It's, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so basically it's this girl is in a club, and she kind of forces a couple other people to be in the club as well. And they go around and do things, as you do in a slice of life anime. Well, it turns out that one of the girls in the anime has, like, time powers or something. She's like an alien or something. I don't fully remember. I'm probably going to get flack for not knowing it properly. But yeah, at one point in the show, they get trapped in, like, a time loop, but, like, none of them really know what's going on at first. And the show does 8 episodes. It's basically the exact same episode 8 times. Just with
like an early Naruto episode.
It's like slight variations here and there. No, it's worse than early Naruto.
Jesus. So,
because it's the exact same events happen.
It has
8 times in a row. Like they go like they do a cicada catching contest. They like I don't know. They do like a God, I don't remember what the other thing is, but like at a certain point they like go and have milkshakes at the end of the day, and then in the middle of the night the time powers girl calls the main character like crying and freaking out, and they go meet in the park to discuss what's going on, realize that they're in a time loop, go back home and start the whole thing over again. Eventually they find out what?
There's like no difference between the days, basically, no, in the anime.
Yeah, it'll show like little bits of like
like
Small,
slightly different bits
realizations and whatnot
of the day. Like you see different parts of the cicada catching contest throughout the 8 days or whatever, throughout the 8 episodes. And I don't remember how much time they find out that they've been in the time loop for, but it's like a ridiculous. It's like 100 years or some crazy shit like that.
Oh Jesus.
But anyway, yeah. But it's 8 episodes of basically the exact same thing. I watched every single fucking episode of that, thinking that like, somewhere in here, like after like the second episode of it, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the same thing over and over again. But I'm like, somewhere in the middle of one of these episodes, there's going to be an Easter egg that other people will have skipped over and not seen, but I'll get to see it and I'll know a little bit of extra about what's going on here. I was fucking wrong.
And it's like, congratulations, idiot.
Yeah, I was like, ah, fuck. They got me because of my own, like, trying to beat the system, I guess. I was like, haha, you're not gonna get me. I'm gonna find something. But no, it's like, god damn it. I like double bluffed myself into watching 8 episodes of the same fucking thing.
There's a small thing I want to bring up about that. Is out of those 8 episodes, the whole series, 2 seasons each, had 14 episodes. So that took up an entire fourth of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like the most egregious form of filler.
Fair enough. One last anime I want to bring up. There's one series, How the Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. You guys watch that one?
No.
Okay. So, kind of in the same vein as like Log Horizon, except it's not a video game. This dude is summoned from Earth to this world. He is told that, hey, you're going to fix our problems because you're the hero. In reality, this dude is not a hero by any means. He's good with numbers, he's good with politics, and that's kind of what the show is based around. But yeah, he ends up becoming king within 10 minutes of being in this world, getting engaged to the princess of the king, taking over and literally fixing all of this dude's money problems within 3 days.
Impressive.
And it gets kind of better worse because then the king is like, you know what, fuck it, I resign, you're going to be the king now, permanently. And the guy's like, this wasn't part of the deal, and now he's stuck in this world. And I thought it was really good because there's a lot of funny moments, a few moments where it's like fan service, but of course, yeah.
So, so just the last thing I wanted to bring up, which Josh actually just kind of did it, I think, is there any anime that you guys think, like, deserves more, like, it just deserves better than what it got? Like, it either deserves...
Oh, there's a dozen.
More love from the fans, or, like, you wish that the show was, like, longer, or, you know, etc.
Well, I think me and Kyle can think of one series that needed to be a bit more played out.
Definitely One Piece, 100%.
No.
One Piece is still going.
No, actually, One Piece is pissing me off right now, because I did start watching it. However...
I thought I saw One Piece was in, like, their last season or something.
No.
Maybe that's just wishful thinking from me.
No, that joke has been going around
like,
forever.
Please let it fucking end.
So, I tried watching it. I think I got, like, 20 or so episodes in, and now I can't remember where I was watching it from. Netflix has no fucking organization of the show. Like, at all. It doesn't say, like, season 1, 2, 3. As a matter of fact, it says shit like... Hold on, let me actively pull it up now, because it's gonna piss me off if I don't know. But yeah, like, they're labeled East Blue, entering the Grand Line, enter Chopper at the Winter Islands. Like, man, I don't fucking know any of this.
That's some weird-ass names.
You're right! Oh, God.
So anyway,
then, of course, there's
movies. So yeah, what's the one anime that you think should have more love?
Well, I can think of 3 in particular, but I know Kyle will kind of agree with me on one of them, is D.Gray-man.
One.
Yeah, I was going to say D.Gray-man.
Yep.
Never heard of it. So...
It definitely deserves more attention. Like, it is a great anime.
Yeah, and I think it still kind of holds up nowadays. Like, the animation's a little off-era, but...
Yeah.
It was a good show. Not a lot of fan service, good character building.
Unfortunately, they stopped doing like English dubs like halfway through the show. So then you have to
Yeah.
like find the rest of the show elsewhere unless you just watch it in like
Oh yeah.
Japanese all the way through.
So so
Wait, wait,
you
wait, wait,
guys'
wait, wait,
opinions.
wait.
Full
You,
sub, full dub mixture. What's your
I
opinion?
was literally just about to do that. I was just gonna say, you watch it dubbed? Ew,
The first time I
disgusting.
watched it dubbed and then had to switch to sub.
But, no,
But if I would have known that, I would have watched it completely in sub.
Oh yeah, because it is weird when you switch over and the voices are different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
the
fucking
main
had that
character
with.
sounds like a child in like the Japanese, while in English he sounds like a relatively grown adult.
Dude, I had that shit with Boruto, honestly. I watched it in sub, tried to watch like 2 episodes in dubbed. In the back of my mind, I'm like, no, fuck it, I like the original. And now I'm back to dubbed. Don't fucking
Yeah.
know why, but now. And my answer for watching dubbed versus sub is very simple. I'll probably catch a lot of shit for this one. But I'm usually watching shows when I'm doing something else. So I don't want to have to fucking focus or split my focus between like a game and the show when I'm not even really focusing on the show. The show's just kind of happening.
Wow, how fucking rude. Don't even give the show
Yeah.
all your attention. No, I totally like agree with that. Like there's a little show that's called, which I guess is one of the ones that I'd like to mention. It's fuck, it just left my brain. Give it a second. Hang on. Buffering. Seki-kun, the Master of Killing Time or something like that. Hang on.
So I've never heard of that one.
Tonari no Seki-kun. Tonari no Seki-kun. It's like a little, they're like little like 10-minute episodes, and it's basically just about this kid that like is hyper, like he doesn't pay any attention to class. He's always doing some wacky, weird, goofy thing, and the girl that sits next to him like keeps getting distracted by it. And, like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
She like gets more distracted about the shit than he is, which is hilarious. It's just a really fun anime, but like I don't mind.
What you're talking about.
I don't.
Yeah,
mind
at one point,
that
is he
one.
like making a fucking like dominoes set?
Yeah,
on
that's
his
the
fucking
first
desk?
episode.
Yeah.
I fucking love that one. So Tonari no Seki-kun, that's one of the ones I'll just put in like the dubbed and just kind of watch, have it on in the background. But yeah, that's one to me that like I can rewatch tons of times just because it's just fun.
That's a fair point.
Being like I was that kid. I was Seki-kun. I was fucking doing
You
other
polished
shit
a piece
while
of
class is
paper
going
until
on.
it was reflective.
Oh yeah, actually, me and Tyler, we got yelled at by our God, I can't remember what class it was, but it was with Mr. I don't want to say his name, but it starts with a K.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We got yelled at because we had a small conversation, and then I got fucking sent to detention. I'm like, what the hell? I wasn't even the one talking at the time. It was Tyler.
Yeah. You're welcome. Anyway.
Fuck you.
But, so that's a good one. But yeah, like, as far as subbed versus dubbed, I don't think there's any, like, one answer for all animes. I've watched some animes, like, with the original Japanese voice acting and been like, this is garbage. Like, these, like, the voice actors are just, like, phoning it in and it's just not good. And then I watch the dubbed one with the English voice actors and I'm like, yo, these characters are actually popping off now.
This shit be slapping.
Yeah, so to me it depends on the anime. Like it's kind of neither here nor there.
And I think part of that problem is I don't think any of us truly speak Japanese to like any extent. Correct? Yes, no, maybe so.
I can recognize like a couple words and phrases.
Well, yeah, like you can listen to it and kind of understand the context, but
no, I don't think I'd get by in a fully Asian speaking area.
We'd all be screwed getting into a Japanese airport.
Yeah.
But that's kind of part of the problem, and that was something that I read, can't remember somewhere, it was a few years ago. But like, yeah, that's part of the problem is because we don't understand the native language of it, we don't get the same tone. To us, yes, it sounds like little kids are yelling at each other and it's really weird. But then when you hear it in the proper context, shit makes so much more sense overdubbed.
Sometimes. Like it like I said, I've like the Japanese anime that I've seen, like there's some that I've seen the Japanese voice actors absolutely, like, you can tell they don't care about the project. Like, it's where, like, it's to the point where, like,
Ghost stories.
to where you can hear past, like, the character, and you can hear the, like, person in the booth not
Oh yeah,
not giving
like
it, you know.
like the McDonald's drive-through person. Hi, what can I get you? You just know they don't want to fucking be
Yeah.
there, but they're there for the paycheck.
Yeah. But anyway, another one last anime that I wish had more. I mean, I wish it had more love and more like time. Like, I wish it had more episodes that it could have been stretched out across. Is God, why can I never remember something when I'm about to talk about it? Shit.
Never heard of
Because
that
your
one.
fucking your dial-up brain.
Akame ga Kill.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Not to be confused with Kill la Kill, which happens a lot for some reason. I think it's just people are
No,
like,
actually,
that Kill confuses people. But yeah, Akame ga Kill was so good, in my opinion, but it could have been so much better.
now I want to make sure I have that story right. That's the one where the one girl is like stating that she's gonna kill all like the demons and shit, and then this dude comes along, and he wants to do the same thing, but then he ends up becoming like the Lord of Demons or some shit. Is that right?
Nope, you're way the fuck off. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's another anime that's kind of
yeah.
like that.
So Akame ga Kill is about it's about a group of assassins, but they're like kind of good guy assassins. Like they kill, you know, they kill people that they perceive to be bad guys, which
Illuminati,
and most of them are like bad guys. Like the first job that, you know, that group of assassins does is like killing this like rich family that like has a bunch of people like trapped in cages that they torture for fun or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah, they like kill a little girl who's like involved in it too. It's pretty sick.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's badass.
Oh,
well, no,
that's
like
not the turn.
no,
I
sorry.
thought it would take.
So no, because no, like the little girl 100% deserves it. Like, she's fully in like the torturing thing, and like
Okay.
I don't want to give away too many spoilers, even for the first episode, because that reveal is cool as shit. But yeah, you 100%, like, at first, yeah, you're with like the main character, and you're like, yeah, this chick should, like, she's a little girl, like, don't kill her. They're like, these guys are the bad guys, right? Like, they're trying to kill this little girl. What the fuck? But then like they do like a reveal thing, and then suddenly you're like, oh fuck this little bitch. Fucking oh, I'm like, kill her ass. Holy shit, what a little psycho. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, it's a group of assassins, and like one of the main characters, Akame, has a sister called Kurame, who's like working for like the other side, and like eventually it boils down to like they have like they have to fight each other kind of thing.
Okay.
And like it's like they're gonna fight to the death. Like I think their swords have like, I think they both have swords that have like a thing that like once they're unsheathed they have to kill somebody.
Yeah, that thing.
It's either that or it's like when you cut somebody, like you're like that wound doesn't heal or some shit. Like it's one of those things. I haven't watched it in a long time, but yeah, like that fight just happens too soon. It's like a 12 episode series or something like that. It might be 24.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
But yeah, it's such a good anime, and I just wish they could have stretched it out over more episodes so that they could really build that shit, because it comes kind of rushed. But yeah, overall, still good. Still recommend watching it. Yeah.
But another one that Kyle will, or unless if Kyle you want to go ahead. I know I probably cut you off.
Why don't we have
I'm sorry.
Kyle throw one in real quick, and then we'll, I think, start wrapping up maybe.
I got one more I want to share after it, but
yeah.
I think mine will be pretty quick. One anime that I feel like should have been made better is Boruto. I feel like a lot of people kind of
shit on
agree
it.
with that. Well, it's not like I want it to have more attention. I wanted it to be better. There's so many things that they could have done to make it like more exciting, make it more insightful, or
Yeah.
just like get it to a point where it can compete with like the original Naruto stuff. But
And I kind
it's
of think that I know where you're, or at least I think I know where you're going with it. But go ahead.
it's like they just kind of spent, I'd say, about 70% of the anime just reviewing their lives of like modern day children in a city.
Mm.
Not really doing anything like ninja stuff.
Ninja.
So I don't know. They could
Yeah,
have done better.
I've heard a lot of people complain about that, about how like Naruto was pretty solid, like people enjoyed that, and then people like really loved
Shippuden? Yeah.
Shit
Shippuden.
Pudding. They really liked Naruto Shit Pudding. Um and then Boruto came along and just fucking and now everybody's sad.
A lot of
Well, I
people
think-
wanted an anime on Minato.
Yeah, I would fucking watch the hell out of a Minato one. But
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Naruto's
Naruto's
dad.
Oh,
or
okay.
Boruto's
I mean, we know how
granddad, if
it
you want to make
ends,
it a
but
meme.
you know.
But no, it would still be cool to like see him grow up to be like the Hokage,
Yeah.
because they only show him as like a kid, I think like twice, and then it's when he meets fucking, I forget Naruto's mom's name. Holy shit, I'm gonna be so fucking doxxed for this shit.
Horuto.
But like when he meets his mom, and then obviously that whole little bit's all played out, and we all know that. But I think part of the
Kushina.
problem. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Cucina,
part
that
of the-
means something different in Spanish.
I'm
No,
sure it does.
Kushina.
Oh.
Kushina. But my thing with Boruto is, as much as people wanted to see like a continuation of Naruto's life, I think that's kind of in where lies the problem. Is they're playing too much on that nostalgia that the kids that grew up watching it are watching it now, not to watch the kids become badasses, just to watch the parents be parents. And
Yeah, or continue
they're-
being
they're-
badasses.
Yeah, and that's been another thing. Like, fucking Sasuke's character got so fucking like powered down later on, when in reality, between the whole series, he's been out fighting. Like, at the very least, he should be able to maintain his level of badassness. But in
Yeah.
like the first fucking few episodes you meet him, he can barely fucking hold a Sharingan anymore.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
it's like,
what's up
what
with
the
that.
fuck? But no, I have two shows I wanted to talk about before we end it here.
Oh god,
Okay.
that's so many. Go quick.
It's trust me, they're quick.
I was like, go quick, and then I have a couple quick fire waifus that I forgot to mention.
Okay, so one was Soul Eater.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
one-
a good one.
It sucked because people wanted
Oh.
to see more of it, but they had to rush it, and I don't remember why.
Huh.
I
I don't know
think
about
it was
the
'cause, like-
rushing part of it, but
Well, that was the thing, because it only had like a season or two, and then it fucking abruptly ended.
I mean, they finally fought like the main bad guy.
Yeah, but like
But-
in fucking 2 seasons, not even. I think it was actually only 1 season.
I think
But-
they had like 4 parts. It wasn't exactly like seasons, but I don't remember how many
Yeah.
episodes were in each though.
But like in the manga, it fucking stretches out so much shit. They actually become better. You learn a lot about the characters, and then, why the fuck did it end? I don't know. I'll look that up another time, because obviously I want to kind of end our time here. Another one was Deadman Wonderland. You
I
guys,
haven't heard that one.
I've heard of that one.
so for those of you that don't know, Deadman Wonderland, this kid, middle schooler, is sitting in his class one day, and all of his classmates are killed by like a freak fucking. And in the show, it explains what happened, so I won't go into it too much. But if you haven't watched it by now, it's been out for fucking almost 11 years. But so yeah, there's the whole blood powers thing. That's kind of why the people all died. But this guy goes to like a specialized jail where he finds out he has this cool like essentially blood bending power, and it ended on one season, and they actually fast forwarded near the ending of the show to finish it up, and it ended so quickly. But again, it's another one of those that in the manga, there's so much character building between where the show ended and just before it. Like when he gets out of jail, he later on becomes like a cop, and there's so much more story between those points, and they just fucking gloss over it to get 12 episodes of him fucking crying and screaming in jail and then becoming a badass in like the last 5 episodes or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So 50... just rushed animes that really should have had more time.
51 episodes is what Soul Eater had, by the way. So
how many?
51.
Oh god, it had a lot more than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So I'll slightly pull that one back,
but I can still see how
they missed a lot.
You'd want it stretched out a bit more. But yeah. So the couple quick fire waifus. So one of them is Akatsuki from Log Horizon.
Yep.
Because she's adorable and
the little fucking ninja.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's funny. She's funny because she's cute, but she tries to not be cute.
I'm not cute. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Also, I found cat.
And also, call me a simp, I don't care, but Ty Lee from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No, she's the super flexible one. Right?
Yeah. She's the acrobat one. Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
Weeb.
Hey man, every time I see one of those cosplays on like an appropriate aged person, I'm like, not appropriate to the character. Just to clarify, I mean appropriate to like
of age,
legally appropriate for me to ogle at.
To ogle at.
I'm like,
of course, with consent.
But yeah. So yeah, Ty Lee and Akatsuki are also good waifus. Yeah. So yeah, right. That's all I had. Except for we got to come up with somehow of doing
some tips.
What fucking tips? I get.
Watch responsibly.
I guess my tip would be use that random. No, not the random button. I was when you're looking for a new manga. Just do like an RNG thing with 1 through 26 for each letter of the alphabet, or some other RNG if you're in some other language search function.
I'm sure there's a website where you can find just random manga.
Probably, but I just mean like if you're at a store and you're like, let's buy a manga. Yeah, so you can actually come up with some pretty cool mangas doing that. I mean, obviously scan don't just do the thing and then be like, all right, I'm buying this one. Like, skim through it, see if you're gonna
make sure it's actually worth it.
Yeah, see if it's something you could like. But yeah, just do a RNG to make up your decisions.
Kyle, you got one?
My outro is
not
or
outro.
More people.
Your tip, your pro tip.
Okay, my tip. My tip outro is for more people to watch D.Gray-man. Just give it a try.
Get more people to watch it. It'll come back up.
But it picks up really fast. So.
I love that. My tip is watch this fucking anime, goddammit.
Good tip.
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually have what I believe is a legitimate tip. Not that either of yours were bad, but
I'm already offended.
No. So obviously when watching any sort of Japanese show, understand that with fan service, the reason it's like that is because it's a different culture. Different culture understands sexuality better than most Americans do.
I wouldn't say better, weird. Differently.
Well, they have a better grasp.
They have a different view of sexuality.
They have a different view of sexuality. That's why most of the shows are usually over-sexualized. So don't take it out of context. Don't be weird about it. You're going to dress up as a hot character. Set boundaries. Do your cosplays with, being safe with them. But yeah, just understand that it's a different culture where this stuff comes from.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeet. And on that note, Tyler, you wanna wrap it up for us today?
Yeah, so that's been our anime discussion, or one anime discussion, for the Knights of the Lunch Table podcast. We may do one again if people enjoyed this. If not, hashtag deal with it.
Hashtag deal with it, we'll do it anyway.
Yeah, one of us will put, if you're watching this on YouTube, one of us will put the animes that we listed in the bottom, like in the description thingamajigger, so you can go check them out if you want.
Oh, that's gonna be some work.
Yeah, probably. Hashtag not my job.
Oh god, that means I actually have to watch it like 4 times. God damn it.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll fucking listen to it and give you all the list of things. Anyway,
that'll actually work.
So yeah, those things will be in the description. Also, if you want to look at any of other stuff, Patreon, friggin' Instagram, whatever, all of our links are on linktree.com/ Procrastination Nation Studio.
Almost.
So yeah, feel free to go watch us there and other stuff. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.